Good morning, Bucknutters, and welcome into the Morning Five on June 11th, 2014. I am Dave Biddle. On today's show, we're going to talk about a big recruiting visit that will take place for Ohio State today and tomorrow. We'll discuss the latest commitment in the Buckeyes 2015 class. We'll get an update on 2016 linebacker Brendan Ferns. We'll talk about Ohio State's football schedule this fall. And we'll talk about Phil Steele's review of Ohio State's defensive line.
O-H-I-O.
Conner Dyer is a four-star offensive tackle from Mesquite, Texas, and he will begin a two-day unofficial visit to Ohio State today. The 6'4", 276-pound Dyer is ranked as the number 26 offensive tackle and the number 242 overall player in the nation in the 2015 class, according to the 24/7 Sports Composite. Most prognosticators think he's going to stay in-state and play for either Texas A&M or Texas Tech. However, Ohio State has offered Dyer a scholarship, and he likely wouldn't be coming all the way from Texas on his own dime for a two-day visit if he wasn't highly interested in the Buckeyes. We'll keep you posted on how the visit is going, so make sure you keep it locked to the front row message board all day. The Buckeyes picked up their sixth commitment in their 2015 recruiting class on Monday when long snapper Liam McCullough from Worthington-Kilbourne made his decision during a camp at Ohio State. McCullough is ranked as the number one long snapper in the country, and this is very reminiscent of Ohio State offering a scholarship to and landing Bryce Haynes in 2011, who was also the top long snapper in the land. Haynes still has 2 years of eligibility remaining since he redshirted his first year, and McCullough tells our Bill Kurlick that he will follow the same path. McCullough plans on redshirting in 2015 and then taking over as the number one long snapper in 2016 when Haynes has graduated. I don't have a problem with the Buckeyes using a scholarship on a long snapper, especially the best one in the country.
O-H-I-O.
Now for more on recruiting, let's go out to our Alex Gleitman. Hey Alex, was the McCullough commitment the only recruiting news for Monday?
There's also news that broke yesterday of 2016 linebacker Brendan Ferns of St. Clairsville High School in Ohio getting an offer from the Ohio State Buckeyes. Ferns is the younger brother of Michigan early enrollee linebacker Michael Ferns, but the younger Ferns is going to be marching to the beat of his own drummer when it comes to his recruiting process. Brendan grew up a fan of Ohio State, and his room is covered from ceiling to floor in Buckeye gear. His bed, his pillows, his carpet, and his wall are all in the Ohio State paint scheme, and he really has developed a nice relationship with Chris Ash, who offered him a scholarship upon working out in Columbus yesterday. Penn State, Michigan, and Oklahoma, where assistant Jerry Montgomery, who recruited Michael to Michigan, is currently employed, are all players in this recruitment. But right now, my crystal ball lies with the Buckeyes, as I think the relationship with Ash and Urban Meyer, the proximity to home, and the opportunity to carve his own path and play for a winning program will be too much to overcome for the Sooners, Nittany Lions, and Wolverines.
Thank you, Alex. The 6'3", 223-pound Ferns is ranked as the number 4 athlete in the country in the 2016 class, according to the 24/7 Sports Composite. He's also ranked as the number 51 player overall in the nation. So this would be a nice get for the Buckeyes, and it's good to know Ohio State is in position to land Ferns.
O-H-I-O.
For more on recruiting, the Dean of Ohio State football recruiting, Bill Kurlick, has his In the Dean's Office on the site right now. This is a feature where subscribers can ask Bill any question about recruiting. If you're not a subscriber, give our free trial a test drive.
O-H-I-O.
On Monday, I wrote a story ranking Ohio State's 2014 opponents in order. I think the 4 toughest opponents will be Michigan State, Michigan, Virginia Tech, and Cincinnati. The Buckeyes don't exactly have a daunting schedule, but it's certainly more challenging than it was last year. Do you agree with my 4 toughest games? We love these kinds of debates, so get on the front row and tell us what you think.
O-H-I-O.
Also on Monday, Phil Steele posted his review of Ohio State's 2014 defensive line. To say it was a glowing report would be an understatement. Steele, who I think is the best in the business, says the Buckeyes have the number 1 defensive line in the country. He's especially high on senior Michael Bennett, who he calls the best draft-eligible defensive tackle in the nation, and he's also very high on defensive ends Joey Bosa and Noah Spence. Steele added that the Buckeyes have very impressive depth up front, and he thinks the D-line will lead to a vastly improved Ohio State defense this season. We already knew that the Buckeyes were going to field an outstanding defensive line this year, but for Phil Steele to come out and say Ohio State has the best is extremely high praise. Steele has studied every position group on every team in the country, and it's his opinion that Larry Johnson will be coaching the best D-line in the nation. I can see you getting fired up over there just thinking about it. Thank you for joining us for the Morning Five. I hope you have a great day. Take it away, best damn band in the land.